Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today I get to share with you this book called Sydney Wakefield Into the Faraway, written by Kimberly J. Smith. This is the story of a boy called Henderson who moved from Texas to London 3 years ago when his parents split up, and he happened to move into a flat that was the childhood home of his favorite author, Fern Caldwell. Fern has written books called the Sydney Wakefield series, and Henderson loves these books so much. He reads them every year when they come out, and he paces himself so he doesn't get to the end too quickly. But when Fern mysteriously dies unexpectedly before the final book can be released, Henderson is justifiably very upset, and he doesn't really know what to do with himself. But Henderson happens to have an extra perk. He has a little bit of the second sight, and that means that he has dreams that sometimes become real. So when the ghost of Fern Caldwell appears in his bedroom the night after she dies, he is, first of all, justifiably concerned, but also he's willing to believe that she's real because of his other experiences. And when Fern asks for Henderson's help completing that fourth book, he has no choice but to say yes. This story is perfect for fans of series literature that end up gaining a lot of traction, similar to the Harry Potter series. So if readers have gone to the midnight releases of the books, or watched all of the films, or really dived into the characters and the stories, they'll find a similar readership in Henderson and his appeal for the Sydney Wakefield stories. So the stories themselves don't exist. This is the fourth book in the series itself, but the first three are fictionalized. So at the beginning of each chapter, there are snippets from those first fictionalized stories, which give readers enough of a sense of what happens in the tales to lend some foundation to what's happening in this story. But readers are going to end up wanting to read those books as well. Because this is the only one, this is the way to kind of get into the stories. And as the characters are going through this adventure, so Henderson's obviously the central point, but there are a lot of characters who help him in this. And it helps to bring the story of the Arthurian legends to life. As the story goes along, there's information included about the Arthurian legends, and it kind of compiles some of the more popular stories and legends into this one book. So readers familiar with King Arthur will find similarities in here, but they'll also appreciate how everything is kind of woven together in a more holistic way. Now, this book is written for an upper middle grade audience or young adult audience. The text, when you look at it at first, seems a little bit weighty just because there isn't a whole lot of white space, but the writing and the way the story unfolds makes everything move forward with a really positive momentum, and readers are going to want to continue reading after every chapter ends. So for readers who enjoy stories that focus on kind of the literary merit of books that draw readers in and build this readership that brings the stories to life, this is a really fun way of exploring that, especially also for fans who enjoy the King Arthur legends as well. So if you love books, magic, and King Arthur, this could be a great fit for you. And if it sounds like it is, I hope you look for it at your favorite bookstore.